if you want to go by that one in Anthem, we can, and we get it, we get it. The first house is in Anthem. It's in a gated community, which can be a bone of contention. We're usually able to get through and to get in. 40916 North Latham Way. I just tell them who you are.
Howdy. We're looking at a foreclosure. We show up to a lot of homes that are in gated communities. They don't want to let us in there for any amount of reason.
Are either of you realtors?
Both are.
Do you have cards?
I don't.
Unless you can show that you're a realtor, I can't let you.
That's easy enough to do. Give
Here.
me 15 seconds here.
He asked us for our business card. We don't have one, so Brandon pulls up the Department of Real Estate website.
And you'd think at this point we'd be smart enough to print off some business cards on the computer just to give them to them. I don't want to do that, so I shouldn't have to do that because you're a moron. This is the Arizona Department of Real Estate website. That shows me as a licensed real estate agent right there with my license number.
We're just looking at foreclosures. We're buying the house that goes to auction today. He'll let us in there for a realtor, but we don't work with the general public, so we don't carry business cards.
He doesn't have a card, he has a website.
No, it's not. Whoa, come back here. Come here.
I thought realtors can come in here. He pulls out this card and says, "You need one of these," and that's just a website. And you know, you can see this older gentleman, his face turning red and veins popping out. And meanwhile, Brandon's trying to crawl out my window.
And one thing escalated to another, and I proceeded to get rather pissed off because the guy wouldn't let me do what I needed to do, which is get in there and ultimately see the house. Call the sheriff.
Call the sheriff.
him. Yeah, we'll pull over and
We'll
wait
pull up
for him
here.
right here. The old fart.
All right, let's go see the next house we need to see.
Wait right here for the sheriff.
Do we have time to do that today?
We have plenty of time. Prove a point that it'll. Our list today is fairly large. There's quite a few homes on there, and I only have a limited amount of time to compile all of my data, get it routed, and to figure out what houses we need to see. I'm pretty much doing, if it's 2000 or newer, 20,000. If it's 95 to 2000, 25,000. If it's older than that, I'm just making a gut call.
You have a certain margin on a home. We try to figure out what maybe it's going to take to repair that home, and then ultimately what it's going to sell for.
We're driving down the road, and I am doing my information, doing my thing, doing what I do, because mind you, I'm not the one with the steering wheel in front of me. Mark is. He will get interested in something that I'm doing on the computer and more or less try to come over and see what I'm doing. Okay, road. Now, I'll do my job, you do yours. Yeah, it's just one more thing that adds stress to our life.
When we pull up to the house, we first try to assess if it's vacant or occupied. We'll typically do something simple like turn on the outside faucet. Obviously, if no water comes out, we're assuming no one's living there.
The doors are locked, the windows are locked, the shades are pulled. Mark's like a spider monkey, likes to climb fences, climb trees, does whatever he needs to do.
I got a pretty good idea of the home. Tried Jimmy in the slider door to get in there, but the break-in gods were not with me, so we never did get in. We had breakfast.
Yeah. See? So from here, we're gonna go over to a project that's almost completed.
We've got to get over to Country Gables, talk to Dana, make sure we get that home on the market for the weekend.
Yeah, so why there's a thermostat like in the middle of the wall, I have no idea. I've never had to work with something like that. So bring it a little bit more to the right. There's so many vacant homes on the market right now. So staging, if nothing else, puts it in their mind more forefront than all the other vacant homes they've seen. Plus it just warms it up. It gives it more of a personal feel when people walk in.
Knock, knock.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey guys, what do you think?
I think the dining room table's in the wrong spot.
Oh my God.
I know immediately that this is gonna be a battle because I can tell she thinks she's right and Mark and I both know flat out that she's wrong.
So you've got this huge dining table, and then what are you doing here? This is your formal living and dining.
We're gonna need to move it around.
Let's move it
so
around.
that you can show us that you're right.
Okay.
Because right now you're wrong.
Brandon and I proceed to just start rearranging the furniture fast and furiously.
So here we go. Here we go with what we do. It's like the little carousel of who wants what.
Mark and I like to look at it as a family moves in, where are they gonna put their furniture? Dana likes to look at it as somebody walks through the door, what's gonna look the best. We've sold over 50 homes this year. All have been staged by Dana. So if you look at that track record, you could say she's right.
Most people want to design or stage a house for what they want, but it's a numbers game. You want to appeal to the majority of people walking through the door. They come in, float the couch completely in the middle of this huge room and face everything away from the focal point and towards what? A big flat screen TV, of course. So they're staging for themselves, a man. I'm staging for the buyers. What did you say? You liked it better the other way?
That's not what I said.
He said he didn't like this, but he didn't like what you did either.
In here, we're bringing sexy back. The only problem is goats, once again. Hey, see the horse's tail that's going like this and the thing behind it? That's a goat.
But look at it this way. If you have a power failure, the rooster will still wake you.
The rooster will wake you, yeah. No, the rooster was going off all day the other day.
I'm amazed you got this much furniture in this
I
little
am
room.
too. This was in Stevens. We weren't going to use two. Does that bother you?
No.
Because you can access this here.
Right. No, I think it looks nice.
So,
All right, no, this is good.
okay.
So,
All right, well, let's get out of here.
and we'll let you figure out what you're gonna do in there.
By the time they leave the house, it's back to my way.
Now that we're gonna be headed over to a property that we own on 7th Street. We're gonna meet our contractor there. They've had a week and a half to do demo, get things to a point where we can tell them what we want them to do. And our crews move so fast and furious that we've got to get there, make sure they haven't already done something wrong. When did we get all safety conscious? We've got scaffolding and everything else in there. We tend to change our mind quite a bit. So that's a bane of contention with our contractor. He tells us he can get things done quicker if we quit changing our minds.
Well, could this room be more generous and maybe don't put a closet on it?
And then put the closet on the back side of this room. Because you're not,
Do we have any windows on this side?
no, remember the roof line
Yeah.
falls
Roof is
down
weird.
right here?
Right, exactly.
So I would say we probably need to come out to that roof line almost and put a closet right on this room here.
Yeah,
And then maybe even look at the same thing over here.
we'll start with that.
And this just winds up maybe being a smaller
Okay.
bedroom.
What's your time frame on this house?
We need like a couple more weeks at least.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
No more than two?
He kind of knows we can't do what we do without him, but we're not real free with that information. So, but I just tell him, look, if you're having difficulty, if you're having problems, come to us as soon as you know, because Mark and I have the knack of getting on the phone and not taking no for an answer.
It is really hard right now to get help. I have tried to get drywallers in Sedona. Finally, I got 3 guys up there today. Everybody's working for the big companies. The cabinet guy, he can't show up. He can't do anything for me because his boss is super busy. All these guys that I've been getting on the side to do stuff for us cheap, they're all working right now.
Okay. We've purchased a home in Sedona. We're looking at homes in Flagstaff. And Tim's obviously concerned. Just like there's only so much of me and Mark that we can get done in the morning while we're looking at stuff, there's only so much Tim can do.
I don't want you guys to go gangbusters and buy 5 houses in Flagstaff, and I got 5 in Phoenix, and nobody to help me.
Yeah.
I guess we're back to hire who you need to get it done.
Hey, Brandon, this is Riley.
Go ahead.
We're just opening up on the property on Carroll.
Brendan gets a call from one of the bidders. It's a home over in Glendale. We have not even seen it.
Carol, and it's at what?
We're currently at 180,000.
181, 182. We're at where we are. It's on Carol with our guesstimation of 250. There's a discrepancy in the tax records. Tax records say it's 2,100 square feet. All of the listings, including the original one from when it was built, say it's 3,100 square feet.
It's at 182.
What's the price on it? 183. Keep going.
Next 1,000,
Keep going. We'll go to like 190.
500, 800.
Better than I can't.
You're gonna live in it if we don't.
Okay, all right, thank you.
We got it. For how much?
Hang on.
How much do we get it for, Riley? 186.6. So I now have bought this home for $186,000. I need to verify what the square footage is, and I need to verify what the condition is. When you're flipping a home, price is key. If you don't have an offer within the first 10 days, you have to drop your price. Otherwise, you're gonna wind up chasing the market down and ultimately get even less for your home. We're on our way to see this new house. Mark says that it's a decent area, but given the aerial footage, I see something that, you know, from Google Maps, looks like it could be a potential cow farm. We really have no idea in this instance what we've gotten ourselves into and whether or not we're going to be receiving a check or we're going to be writing a check. The nice thing about acreage properties is
There's a limited supply.
there's a limited. Holy crap, there's cows in their front yard.
Oh my God, there it is.
There's like 5 of them. I'm sitting at the stoplight and I look up and there's a house in front of me with a half a dozen to a herd of cattle in the front yard.
Instant low point. As we're driving through the neighborhood, every other house, I mean, one's a caddy shack, the next one's a mansion.
I'm like, well, this isn't boding very well. So we turn around, we're driving down the street, and sure enough, I've got manufacturers on one side, I've got homes on the other side.
Oh, there's some real crap on this street, dude. My stomach's in knots. I don't know what I'm gonna get, and then we pull up to our house and
Confirm the address, and the old saying, you want to buy the crappiest house in the nicest neighborhood? Well, in this instance,
oh my gosh.